Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Milk Quality and Products 2019 guide. I'm going to try to cover everything that I've seen questions on. It's been a tiring work between myself, the other advisors, the state staff, and the CDE board, and we're trying to make a transparent, fair contest for everyone involved. As you can see here, these rules you can find online. Mr. Lejeune set them out last week, and I'm going to go over those and then go over the Scantron and kind of show you how it all works. The team scores, as indicated in here, number one, have to be positive numbers. Traditionally, Dairy Foods has been lowest score wins, and nowadays, using the Scantron, we have to use a positive score to be able to use the Scantron. And if you think about it, the lowest score actually means you got the most right. So the other way we were doing it was just a kind of reverse same way. So the highest team score will win the contest, and second place highest will be second place, and so on. Down here, I have listed the scoring for each item. Our contest rules stated that everything was 2 points apiece. The only thing that will not be 2 points will be the milk intensity. It will be scored exactly how Nationals does it. The 2 points for a correct answer will be a positive 2, and you can see here in most instances it will be a 0 if we're an incorrect answer. The only things that are different will be milks. It'll be a 0 if you're too far away from the correct answer, or you can receive +1 through +5, depending on how far away from the answer you actually are for the intensity. It's done similar to what we've done in the past, where we take the difference and subtract, and then we add that to the total. This will take the difference, and then it'll add the number 1 through 5 or 0 for the intensity that you indicate on the scorecard. On the cheese matrix, it was explained to me by judging card that you can get partial credit. So if there's only one bubble to bubble in for an answer, and you bubble it in, you got full credit, 2 points. If there's 2 of them and you only bubble 1, you get half credit, 1 point. And then it works its way down from there. If there's 3 of them, it'll be a decimal number if you don't indicate 1. And it also works if you indicate too many, it will take that percent point off as well. And I'll kind of go over that on the Scantron in just a second. Going on down, the tests will be 50 random questions pulled from the past 5 years of national exams. There's not going to be a milk production test section. There's not going to be milk marketing section. It's all going to be strictly 50 questions. They're just going to pull a random 50. If we want to change that rule, we'll have to do it in the summer. Milks be done as traditional format. The only thing that'll be different is the metallic is not listed on the Scantron, so there's no metallic oxidized, it's just oxidized. And we'll look at that in a minute. Milk intensities, again, I'll go over that in a second, but it's essentially done the same way we've done it in the past. And you get +6 points if it's correct, instead of getting a 0 if it's correct. Cheese identification is straightforward. The Louisiana rule said the cheese is listed on the scorecard. Well, the Scantron's a scorecard, so we use the National Cheese Identification List. And along with that comes the most significant change, which is the cheese matrix. The cheese matrix, the 10 cheeses that are identified in the identification event will be the 10 cheeses that are used in the cheese matrix event. We will do 10 of them. I talked with Mr. Lejeune, and to avoid any confusion of having to list only 5, do the first 5 on the matrix and don't fill in the rest in, or somebody putting a stray mark causing a test not to be graded or points counted off, we felt like doing all 10 spaces would be the least constrictive to your team's success. So you will do 10 cheeses based on 6 characteristics. The current national cheese matrix only has 6 characteristics listed, it takes out the gas holes expected column or row, and that'll be eliminated. That's just a kind of an easy buff up. And then again, you will get 2 points per the correct answer. All right. And this is just showing the current cheese list. Pretty straightforward. That's in that informational packet. Up here, milk fat. Another significant difference. Our rule stated you only use fluid milk products, in which those fluid milk products are listed in line 3 through 6 on the Scantron. Now, it would have been a little bit different had it not specified specifically the milk products to use. And since our Louisiana rule specifically identifies non-fat skim milk, reduced fat milk, regular whole milk, half and half coffee cream, and whipping cream, then those are the only options that the judges are allowed to use. Again, it's an issue and an oversight when you go into the Scantron that we just didn't see coming. So to get that changed and up to date, we would have to pass that at the correct procedures at state convention. On the next page of the handout is the cheese characterization example problem. And basically, it's a cheese matrix filled in. And in my OCD-ness and checking it 100 times, I never checked the columns over here. So it's supposed to be A, B, C, D, E, F. You'll have to forgive me. I went to Ruston. So the yellow highlighted portions are what the judges can change to their pleasure. Everything highlighted, the judge can come up with based on the cheese characterization matrix in the rules. They can change this number to whatever number they see fit. This one too, indicate whether it does receive or does not receive the treatment. Indicate whether it's not salted or salted in brine. They indicate what it's ripened by, and they can indicate, where the country of origin may be. This will be a separate page that will be handed out during the cheese identification portion. So you will ID the cheese, and then you will use this to do the cheese matrix at the bottom of that section of Scantron. All right. Now the Scantron, as most of us have seen already, try to zoom out just a hair. The Scantron, everybody should be familiar with. You put your team number is going to be the last 4 of your school. All right, Ruston is 0341. Not going to fill that in. Of course, last name, first name, team codes, 01, 02, blue and gold. Make sure you fill all that in, or else the Scantron machine won't indicate where the student's score should go, and you would not get credit for that score. So as far as filling in the test for the Scantron, it's not going to be too tough. We have a column as 1 through 30 and a column with 31 through 50, and then you basically won't worry about filling in 51 through 60. The test will stop right there. According to our rules, the test is 50 questions. So 50 questions times 2 makes this worth 100 points. If you get it right, you get plus 2 points. If you get it wrong, you get nothing. So it's all out of 100 points. That's an easy item to go over. The next part is a little bit tougher, but we can make do. Again, as it states in that little packet I sent out, we're only going to be using lines 3 through 6. There's no sour cream outlined in our rules, no butter, no flavored milks. All of these other items, non-dairy items, those aren't stated in our rules, so we can't use them. I did notice that after going over this video one time, that coffee cream is not specifically listed, and all I've ever looked at was cream, but heavy cream is listed. And I know that coffee cream and heavy cream, from Training Dairy Foods, I know they're different. But as per our contest, if you have coffee cream, then you are going to answer with heavy cream, okay? And then you'll put the correct percent down here. So if number 1 is coffee cream, you'll indicate with heavy cream, and then you'll come down here and go with 18% as per what it states in our rules. Okay? If it's half and half, number 2 is half and half, we're going to come down here and indicate that we got a 10.5%. And if we have light whipped cream, whipping cream, we're going to come and fill out 30%. And that's 2 points, 2 points, so that would be 4 points down here. Same thing here and here. As far as milk goes, there's 3 different types of milk. You have, this could be, say number 4 is whole milk. Well, we've answered milk, and then we come down here to 3.25, 3.5. We're going to go with that. If it is 2% milk, you're still going to say milk, and then you're going to indicate 1% to 2%. And then if it's non-fat, skim, you'll indicate milk, and 0.05 to 0.5. Those are all correct answers. So every answer here is plus 2 points correct. Every answer here is plus 2 points correct. So 20 points possible. 20 points possible means that the total score for milk fat, as it stands right now, is 40 points. And that will be a perfect score. I don't have everything. I don't have another view of the screen, so I don't know if anybody has any questions. So if you do have any questions about that portion, you can email me or call me, and we can go over it. But again, I would like to reiterate that if it is coffee cream in the contest, you're going to answer heavy cream, and then indicate the correct percent down here for coffee cream. And that's just, again, another one of the oversights when we went to Scantron. You know, we didn't have Scantrons on hand at the CDE meetings, so we couldn't make sure everything was correct in what we needed to do. So we want to make sure everything is transparent, as fair as it can be now. Move on. This is an example, and as you can see, that is the time in which I caught myself with my alphabet error. And this would be a sample handout right here that I just took that same chart, and all I did was change the numbers, indicated that it does or does not receive the treatment, indicated whether it was or was not salted, what it was ripened by, and, where it was originated from. So this will be handed out when the students get to the cheese identification. So I'm going to kind of set that to the side and go over this part of the scorecard. CMT, we don't do. Nobody should write anything over here. And natural orientation, we don't do. There should not be any markings in any of those sections. I haven't asked the question, but I'm sure that that those would be considered stray markings, and those may or may not get graded correctly when going through the machine. But cheese would be pretty straightforward, as it always is. Cheese identification. And let's just say, let's say that number 1 is cheddar, mild. We would indicate cheddar mild here. That is the correct answer. That would be 2 points. Okay? And if we look down here at the cheese characterization matrix, cheddar mild is not 52.5%. It's 39. So we don't put a marking. Sorry. So we don't put a marking in the A row, because that is correct, not filling it in. Cheddar, a minimum fat in the solids. It is not 4%, so we don't put a marking there. Cheddar does not receive the Filata treatment here, so we would indicate that it does not receive, so we would mark C, which is correct. It does not receive the treatment. Cheddar is not salted, so we would indicate here. Cheddar is ripened by bacteria, so we would indicate here. And cheddar mild originates in England, so we don't mark the last column. So all of these markings right here, that's 2 points. That's full credit. We answered correctly up here, that's 2 points. So we got 4 points for that cheese now. I'm going to stick with the same example. Say number 2 is cheddar mild. Trying to trick you. Some of us are like that. You come down here using the same cheese matrix that I have here. Nothing's changed because you're using the same cheese matrix on the whole contest. So maybe they know this for a fact. Maybe they were unsure about this one, so they left it blank this time. And it looks like that. Well, now they have 2 out of 3. And if you calculate it out, it comes out to be a decimal of point. Hold on. 4. It comes out to be a decimal of a 0.666 repeating. So you multiply that decimal times 2, and that gives you 1.33 points. So they actually earned 1.33 repeating points for this answer. And that's how it was explained to me. They can get partial credit in these blanks. So the more answer choices that are possible to indicate for a certain cheese, the more potential for a lower or higher decimal based on the number of answer choices here. It's the same way they do it at nationals. The difference with nationals is this portion is worth more points, so the decimal numbers aren't as bad as what we could get into in 0.2 something or 0.3 something. So we'll do one more example with the same deal here. Let's just say the number 3 is Havarti. Okay, so we bubble in Havarti. We've gotten all that right. All right, we come down, we look at our chart here for Havarti. And Havarti is listed at 54% from the moisture content. So we don't mark that. We don't worry about marking the A column. Havarti is 30% for minimum, so that's not 4%. We don't mark that. Havarti does not receive the treatment, so we would mark that. Havarti is not salted, so we mark that. It is bacteria again. And then it's from Denmark. So this would be 2 points here, and then 2 points up here for a perfect score. If they don't mark anything here, it would be a 0. And if, say, they did an extra mark here, well, that wouldn't be 2 points anymore. They have 2 corrects and 1 that is not correct that will cancel out the correct one. So you'd be looking at 1.33 again. And then if you filled in another one, it would cancel out. You would have 1 out of 3, which would be a little bit worse. So that's how the partial credit works. And again, they're going to identify 10 cheeses, and they're going to do the characteristics, use the matrix on all 10 of the cheeses. So this is 20 points up here, 20 points here, which makes that total portion of the contest 40 points. Hopefully I explained that well enough for everyone. If you have a question about it, again, please call me or email me. I forgot to give the number out a while ago. It's 318-255-2353, the Ruston High Ag Department. So Please give me a call if you have any questions. The last section on the scorecard is everybody's all-time favorite, and that is the milk flavors, milk intensities, and everything in between. You get 2 points for identifying the correct milk, and you get up to 6 points for identifying the correct intensity. All right, so let's just say number 1 is garlic or onion. And the correct answer, let's just say the correct answer is 5. We don't agree, we put a 3. So this X represents the correct answer, and we marked a 3. Well, that means, turn it this way, on that section we get plus 4. So out of a possible 8 points, we have 2 here and 4 here, which makes 6. Pretty straightforward. Let's just say the next one is feed. And we think it's a 9. And lo and behold, the correct answer is 9. Good job on that one. Plus 6. So out of 8 points, we have 2 points here, 6 points here, makes 8 points. We got a perfect score on that one milk. Let's just say that we have a no defect. And let's just say that we weren't completely sure about that no defect. And we just want to go ahead and say 5 and hopefully get some points. Right? Well, no defect is 10. So you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 minus 5 gives you a plus 1. Let's just say the next one is salty, but we don't get anything near a salty. And the right answer for salty, let's just say it was an 8. And we indicate a 1. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places, 7 places off. You get 0 plus a 0 down there. And 2 points up here for getting it right. Now, it works the same way if you get them wrong. You know, if we say, all right, well, we said this is feed right here. But the correct answer is salty again. We said it was feed. We get no points up here. And what we think is a slight salty, so we bubble in 8, and it's a slight feed. We would still get plus 5. So that's how the scoring works on that section of the contest. Up here, it's a possible 20 points. And down here, it's a possible 60 points. So it brings it all down to this right here per person. The test, it's wrong or it's right. 100 points for the test. Milk fat, they're wrong or they're right. 40 points. Cheeses and cheese matrix, up to 40 points. More than likely going to see a decimal if you miss something on the cheese matrix portion. And then milks will be done, and that is 80 points. So a total one-person score, if you score a perfect score, would be 260 points. That's all I have. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out to myself, reach out to the state office, get in touch, and we'll try to answer any and all questions pertaining to this contest to the best of our ability, because, again, we want to make sure that it is transparent, as fair as possible.
Hey, Landon, go back to the intensities.
Sure.
And I'm speaking from zero experience. I don't have any experience with this one. So is a 1 intense or weak? In other words, how does the intensities go? Is it start off, does 1 equal a very low intensity and 10 is extreme, or is it vice versa?
10 is a no defect milk. So the closer to 10 it is, like the intensity number that they answer, the more perfect the milk sample would be. That's why something as simple as feed, I believe it's 985. So a slight feed would be close to 10 perfect. A 5, which would be a very strong feed taste, is further away from 10 on the chart. Same thing like garlic and onion. Those are pretty pronounced flavors. So a slight garlic is a 5. It's kind of right there in the middle, but it's still very obvious to taste. That kind of answer what you were saying?
Yeah, okay, that does help. Do we have a breakdown of, you said like a 985. Um, do we have anything that explains the flavors
It
in terms
not
of
in this. I didn't put that in the packet because it stayed the same. You can look at the national list, national rules, and get it. I have a handout with them typed on it. But if I need to add that to the packet, I'll definitely do that. I already need to change the letters on the cheese matrix.
But people can access that information from the national rules.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's all we need to know. All right. Well, thanks for coming in and putting this together for us. This helps out a tremendous amount. We should have this uploaded on the website next week. I appreciate your time.
That's not a problem. I enjoy doing it.
It just makes things more transparent and fair. We got about 6 weeks before the contest, so hopefully that'll give folks plenty of time to get their teams ready.
Yeah, yeah. And if you get any questions or anything, point them my way. I'd be glad to help out whoever I need to. I know Mr. Gio over at Washita wants to be up to date, so I'm supposed to meet with him and talk to him about it.
Yeah, they've got the district livestock show going on today, so
Yeah, he's pretty tied up.
yeah. Well, thanks for keeping it efficient and short. I'm sure that'll go a long way and helping folks clear up any confusion about the Scantron. And at the LSU judging clinic, judging card themselves are going to be there, and I asked them specifically to help us with any questions. So if anybody comes to the judging clinic and wants to have any more explanations about the dairy products judging card, we'll have the folks that invented this on hand at LSU to help explain it away.
Okay, yeah, because I was just going over the information how it was explained to me, so I hope I did it justice.
Yeah, I was able to understand everything you were saying, and I've never trained a dairy foods team in my life, so I think you did a good job explaining it at a level that even somebody with my limited experience can understand. Hey, it's 3:10 on a Friday. I'm sure you're ready to shut it down and start the weekend. And
You want me to send Kate an updated version where this is
yeah,
changed?
yeah, definitely.
Because I don't want that to cause any confusion.
Oh, and it will too. It will
Oh
too.
yeah. There's not an F on there.
Yep, send it and we'll update it on the website as well.
All right.
All right, man. Thanks.
Have a good one.
You are the only participant.